Hello again. So, this is probably going to be one of my most controversial shit I have ever recorded. Um, this may be in multiple parts, this may not be, I have no idea, but I'm going to get this started. I am going to go into more detail on my Instagram. Trust me. So, that being said, what the fuck is in my eye? I know you saw me touch it a whole lot. It's because there's something in my eye and I don't know where it is. But anyway, because it's like, it's right here, but it feels like I'm not getting it. And it's like bothering the hell out of me. But in any case, so, this is going to be fun. I'm going to try to make this quick. And I'm going to try not to stretch it out as much. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, hello there. A few of you may know that I am trans. I am a trans male. So I have enough experience to say what I'm going to say. So here we go. When I was a female, I had this huge fear of males. I did not like them. I didn't. It wasn't the fact that I didn't feel safe about when I was near them. It's just that I didn't feel any connection to them, and I was conditioned to, absolutely hate them until I met other people here. I always used to get bullied by males predominantly when I was a child, so it was also females. But I didn't process the fact that I didn't like females. I just thought it was a thing that I just didn't like the bullies point blank. But I was like, I was here to post gender, so that didn't help. That didn't fucking help. So well, let me go back and say the two predominant genders. That's the clear sentence. But so after some time, I'm like, okay, so some fucking how, after some time, I had realized that I'm not scared of men. I am more scared of women than anything. Here's why. They get away with so many things, and it's not just, oh, they're able to show their body. Like, no, they're able to get away with false rape allegations. They're able to get away with just so much shit. Like, being able to ruin a man's life so quickly, being able to ruin a woman's life point blank. Like, it's unfair. And this is going to sound wrong, but please hear me out. Half the time when they're talking about how, oh, it's not all men, like, they don't specify. It's very rare for females to specify who they're talking about, especially since, like, I gave this example to my boyfriend, who I'm also taking points from his point of view, and I will be showing messages on my Instagram when I cover this on there too. It's like, when it comes to the Breonna Taylor situation, bear with me, the vast majority do not know the name of the men who killed her. We are only aware that it was just the cops. And a few know, but I don't. And that's very common. And I say this because it's applying the same logic. Not all cops are bad. Not all men are good. Or not all men are bad. It's like, specify who you're talking about. Instead of relying on cancel culture for celebrities, Tory Lanez, and etc., how about you take that same energy and apply it? Get the names of people, spread those names around, rather than just outwardly saying that, oh, it's just the men. Or, we're not talking about all men, we're just talking about, like, you should not have to specify after. Like, you should specify beforehand so that there's no mistake. That is my problem. And then, on top of this, there are some people who don't grasp the concept of, like, understanding how to get shit out. I'm selectively using words right now because I don't want to seem like I don't know what I'm talking about. But I am going to say this though. This is probably like this, I don't know how to word this right now, but it's it's those things where it's always, oh, this he did this to me, or I feel so insecure. Like half the time, some of y'all are reaching. And now, I don't think I should say this, and I'm going to say it anyway. But I want to make something clear. I haven't sexually assaulted before. It was on multiple occasions by a female. I didn't tell a goddamn soul. Then I was forced to tell them, and no actions were taken. None. Just because it happened when I was a child, and she was a female. Nothing happened. I didn't. However, I didn't go to court for it. I didn't do anything for it, so that could be on my own end. But like, there's other people who are forgetting that males also get sexually assaulted. There's people who are forgetting that males also have mental issues. There's people who are forgetting that males don't have to be this strong, independent person that they see all the time. There's people who can break down. Myself. There are people that are struggling because their home situations aren't that great. Myself and my significant other. And like, it is incredible for females to just sit here and say, oh, we want equality. But the minute people talk about males, just like, oh, never mind. Oh, imagine being a guy. Like, do they not realize how toxic, how hurting that is? Do they not realize that? Or do they just not care? The whole kill all men situation. Sorry. The whole kill all men situation, it's depressing. Looking something up. It's depressing. It's problematic and it needs to stop. Just because you don't like. Let me do it this way. I've had a group of friends who I had dropped some and I managed to really collect someone. But I had a group of friends who were very, very, very much not able to be committed to relationships, to say the very least. It was another guy or another female every other day. Now, I want to make it clear. I have gotten cheated on before. I've had so many situations where, I feel like shit because I didn't know what to do. And it was mostly because it was happening to a male. But I've had more problems with females than males. Like, the amount of gossip that females do, like, it's concerning. It's not okay. And then, when it comes to, like I said, when it comes to rape allegations, and I'm sorry this video is, like, all over the place, because my mind is all over the place, I'm going to get my thoughts concise to the point, but, like, just hear me out. It's one of those things that just people don't put into consideration as to how things are working for other people. Like, they just are so conceited into themselves. They're like, oh, he's just a man. He doesn't treat me with respect. You don't treat people like with respect. You just hoe around and do absolutely whatever you want, and that's not okay. A lot of you women think that, oh, things are going to get better with men the minute you're with someone, but like you forget you also have to be, committed to the relationship instead of, having a stop, drop, and roll. You know, it's actually required. You know that there are many, many, many actual good men around here. You just don't give people the chance to do so. You realize that there's not everyone is against you, especially for male's sake. You know that females are way worse than males, right? You do know that males are also the ones that are suffering the most because they're seen as toys. They have been sexualized. MLMs have been sexualized. Those who are in the Asian community have been sexualized. Those who are POC, they've been sexualized because the common misconception is that all 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 POCs have big dicks. Some don't, some do, some have little, some just don't care. They've been sexualized. They've been fetishized. I have been fetishized by my own grandmother. So it's all because of my tits that are right here, unbinded currently. It's not okay. I should not be ashamed of my body. I should not have to worry about me being sexualized. That's not okay. I'm 16. There are people who are younger than me who are getting sexualized. There are people older than me who are getting sexualized. And that needs to stop and that needs to change. Because it's absolutely ridiculous. This is part 1 of 2, most likely. So I'm going to end this recording right here and start the next recording.